It is great to have you all here today. I want to also say this is the first in-person meeting of Doug Baker, our newest member. It's awfully good to have you here in person. It is also the final moments of my time as chair. In a couple minutes, I will no longer be that. So there's a loud round of applause from the crowd as we move forward on that. So that gives me the ability to say, let us begin by calling the roll. Cameron, do you want to start?
Member Baker.
Here.
Member Campbell.
Here.
Member Carlson. Here. Vice Chair Norton. Here. Chair Rybeck.
Here.
Member Tyne.
Here.
Secretary Wheelock. Here. Member Williams.
Here.
All members are present.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Okay, call the roll, please. I just as a point of clarification here, when we're virtual, we have to call the roll after everything. We're partly virtual now, so am I correct that we have to continue to do?
Mr. Chair and board members, actually, because we are all in person, we are able to do a voice vote.
Ah, very good.
Just call those in favor and those opposed.
Okay. Oh, so, okay, so all those, and there we go. All those, see, I thought I could actually run 1 minute of the meeting without making a mistake, but obviously that's not the case. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. That passes. We now have the public comment period. As those of you who are regulars know, and those of you who don't, I'll tell. We have a public comment meeting period at the beginning of every meeting, and come back to those. And we ask that that people limit their time to 2 minutes. And at 2 minutes, I'll gently ask you to stop, and then I'll really get serious after that. So do we have anyone who would like to address the group? Going once, going twice. Okay, we will close the public comment period, and we will go back and approve the minutes. Is there a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Thank you very much. We will now move on to the chair's report, which will be very, very brief. I want to first say that we're going to be joined by Dr. Clark Otley, as the president of the EDA board. We see his lovely picture there on the screen, and wanted him to know that. We've got a couple big things that are going to be going on in the meeting today. One is we're going to be talking about a little bit more about transit. I'm also really excited that we're going to be taking an action on the Chateau Theater. I believe from the very beginning, we've made a statement that this is a very important project for us and for the community. It should be led by the community, but our entity should stand behind that. And I think today we're taking another action to do that later today. We're going to get some updates on Discovery Square. And we'll also talk a bit about Peace Plaza, which we'll be going to visit later today. And so that is basically the chair's report. What I want to do now is move to the election of officers. And Kayla, do you want to walk us through the procedure for that?
Certainly. Mr. Chair, board members, good morning. As you know, there are 3 officer positions that the board may elect. That of chair, vice chair, and treasurer. And I note that these 3 officer positions are separate from the position of secretary and assistant treasurer, which are appointed by the chair. So we'll get to those next. By statute, the board must elect a chair from among the governor's appointees. And in terms of the process, what we'll do is we'll open the nominations, we'll close the nominations, and then we'll hold the vote. And the board may do so either individually or by a slate of candidates as the board wishes. And so with that, I will begin by opening the nominations for the officer positions.
Do we have any nominations?
Nominate Pam Wheelock.
Very good.
Mr. Chair, I would like to nominate Tim Norton for vice chair and Martine for treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and as part of the process, I will now ask for any other nominations. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I will now close the nomination process. The board, you have a slate before you, and those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Well, I want to say before Pam rips the gavel from my white knuckled hands, how much I am excited to have somebody who really knows what she's doing running this entity. I guess I can admit at this point that I not only deeply admired her, but tried to hire her several times unsuccessfully. I would have worked for you, by the way, if you would have tried to hire me. But Pam is somebody who has just tremendous experience in economic development and really understands cities and government and all that. So with great delight, I pass the virtual gavel to you.
Thank you. And I just have to say, I am delighted, RT, that you will continue on the board, on the DMCC, and to add your perspective and value, both with your diverse background and experience and your love of this community, which has evidenced itself during your tenure on this board. And I'm delighted that Kim is going to be vice chair, and with hopefully RT continuing on the board, I'll have plenty of support around the procedural aspects of running the meeting. So thank you, and I know that the other members share my appreciation for your service in this position. Thank you, Kayla, for facilitating the election. As you noted, there is also an appointment by the chair, and I'd like to appoint Paul Williams as secretary, and we'll reappoint also City Finance Director Dale Martinson as assistant treasurer. And I appreciate that they are both willing to provide that service and serve in that capacity. So thank you very much. So moving back to the agenda, we will look at the consent agenda. It's been laid out in your materials, and I would consider a motion to approve the consent agenda or to hear if there are items that you would like to remove from the consent agenda and consider in discussion.
And second?
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Great. First action item. Wonderful.